Greetings, luxe lovers! Welcome back. Here we believe in intentional luxury and we're not afraid to invest in pieces that will work for us. So if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing and stay a while. Well, we have some big news in case you haven't heard, but Hermes has recently opened up the special order process on the US website for anyone to customize your own Bastia coin purse or Calvi card holder, and also 2 sizes of the reversible leather belts in the 32 and 38 millimeter size. So today I'll walk you through the process, unbox what I chose and why, so grab your fancy Hermes mug of tea and let's begin. So customization of these SLGs is actually not something totally new. This has been available for a while on the EU website. I don't know if it's specific to France, but I always saw it on the French website. And it did cross my mind to try to order one and then pick it up in my next trip to Paris. But one day I was randomly scrolling the website of Hermes and I saw the little personalize button on the bottom of some SLGs. And to me, this came with no fanfare, no heads up. But people literally just started pinging me about it, so I think it's a welcome addition. Now, of course, the US market is huge, so I didn't know if they were going to let this be available and then shut it down. But as far as I can see, it's been open the whole time. So I did do a special YouTube short regarding the process, but I'll walk you through the same screen share here so you can see how it's done. But you go to the website and you go to small leather goods. Here you'll see that you can personalize these items. I'll choose one first, the Bastia coin purse, and you can choose the different types of leathers. You can choose the exterior color, and you can also choose the interior lining color. And it does change across the leathers, so take a good look at that. Here I'm making an Epsom one. Then you can choose some characters, some icons, which are really cool. You can do them in any order that you want. And actually, it says up to 8 characters. And then you have a lot of choices around the typography of the placement of the text, the size of the text, whether you want it inside or outside. And then if we look at the Calvi card holder, again, we'll try Swift this time around. And here are the colors. You know, I haven't actually tracked to see if they changed the colors or if it's just the same. But you can do the lining, also the marking, same type of options. And similar, you can do initials and date. And you can also do typography. So silver, color, tone on tone, and the size. And so you can just really make it your own, which I think is super great. So that is a screen share walkthrough of how you physically do this. What's great is that there's really no pre-spend needed, no caps or cutoffs as far as I can see. Just get on in there and go to town. And if you're enjoying yourself so far, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. If you like extreme luxury product close-ups, thoughtful commentary, and Hermes unboxings practically every other week, then you've come to the right place. All right, let's get to that unboxing. So for reference, I ordered mine on May 14th in 2025, and I received it in my hand June 17th, and that's nearly 5 weeks to the day. So the idea is you put your order in, they're made in France, presumably Paris, and then they're sent back. So 5 weeks isn't too bad, but they do prepare you for the worst. So here it is. And you can see I got the 2025 ribbon. So if your local boutique doesn't have the dated ribbon, you can probably get that if you make a customizable piece. And I'm so excited to share what I've got. So let's just get right in here. And I chose, yay! So I chose to customize a Bastia coin purse in the Epsom leather in the color Vert Vertigo, one of my favorite greens and the only kind of deep dark green available for this leather. I have the stamping on the outside, in the middle, on the side of the snap. It is in the medium font size in the font color silver. I'm just covering up one of my initials, and I chose K, the little 4-leaf clover for good luck, and then my last initial. So how cool is that? That is super beautiful. You can see it in the light, but that is stunning and it is so sweet. So now we're gonna open it up and I'll show you what I chose for the interior. And inside I chose Vert Fizz. So look at that, green on green. This is actually my first Vert Fizz piece. And look, you can see I have a little horseshoe stamp again. And this time to get this, you didn't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars. But I have a horseshoe stamp. I have Hermes, made in France. So that's your typical stamp, but with the horseshoe. Look at how nice that Vert Fizz is. Oh, that's so like minty. And I just really liked this tonal green on green. And I also wanted the light green on the inside. Even though it might get dirty from change, you can at least see the change that's rolling around on the inside. Now, honestly, I don't actually use this for coins. I use it more for things like headphones if I have them, or even as a jewelry case in case I go to a spa. I like put my rings and my jewelry in here and then have it in the locker. So I really love how that turned out. So as you can see, the snaps are in that silver tone as well. I have to say it's very soft. So this feels like fresh off the factory floor. And then here is what the other side looks like, just a plain piece of leather. But that is super handsome. I chose that serif font called Philosophia. This is just so special. And it's $295 total at the time that I made the order. I believe this price is probably post-tariff for the US, but it's also the same price that I can see for regular Bastias. So why the heck not? Just customize it. Now, of course, you won't be able to resell it as much, but for about $300, in my opinion, it is worth to have a little customized piece of your own from Hermes, handcrafted, and to me, that's just totally worth it. Now, I did already have a Bastia, but for me, these are so useful, and now I can just bring both of them if I have multiple pieces of jewelry. And spoiler alert, I did create a second piece to customize, but it hasn't arrived yet, which is so interesting because I put the order in at the same day, even like minutes apart. So keep in mind that there is variability in terms of when the order is placed and when it's ultimately received. Also, for some reason, I wasn't able to have two personalized items in my cart at the same time. So keep that in mind. That is why I had to break it down into two separate transactions. Otherwise, I probably would have just kept adding them in. But I feel like these customized pieces would make a great birthday present or bridesmaids gifts, groomsmen's gifts. Like, these are definitely a giftable price point for people who are special to you, for special occasions, and it just adds, again, that personalized touch. It's also important to note, I wasn't able to order this through my SA. I'm still on my journey with my new SA, and so every spend that I can make from Hermes, I want to funnel it through my SA. But this was the one exception. I did text her and she said that she wasn't able to access this for me. So she was like, just put the order in online and then tell me what you get when you get it. So let's do some color comparisons so you can see. I did bring some eye candy, and this is my Kelly 25, also in Vert Vertigo in Togo leather with gold hardware. I got this on my birthday last year in 2024, and then in my recent trip to Paris, I got this Vert Vertigo strap. So like, I have so many things in Vert Vertigo that now I can add my custom piece. And yes, here is an interesting take where you can see what Togo leather looks like on the bag and what the Epsom kind of stamped leather looks like. But that's a pretty darn good match, if I don't say so myself. I feel like Vert Vertigo, the color, is being represented really well. And then if we want to bring the strap into it, that is a match made in heaven. So now this Bastia can go with this bag. I'll open it up, and I do have some other goodies to be able to compare. So here we are. I brought some more eye candy. This is my existing Bastia that I had. This is in my favorite color, Vert Cypress, and as you can see, it is the smoother leather, and then we can compare it to my new one, and I just love how these look together. You can kind of compare, I don't think it's Swift, I forgot what it is, but the Epsom versus the smoother leather, Vert Vertigo versus Vert Cypress. Vert Cypress is looking almost, dark blue in comparison. Here is the other side. Again, with my custom stamp on the bottom. Now I can have two of these when I'm traveling, if I have multiple items to take with me. And I also wanted to share, this is my Baron Combiné wallet in the color Vert Jade. Actually, I have to say, I really love Vert Jade as well. Vert Jade, I would say, is almost like a brighter type of green. And so I'll compare these two for you. It is so slight. Oh my gosh. It's like very hard to see. But Vert Jade is ever so slightly lighter. And also, I feel like Vert Vertigo is more of a true, almost Kelly type green versus Vert Jade. But that is like so slight in terms of the difference. And then finally, here is my double Toruli bracelet in Menthe, the color of my mini Kelly. And here is what Vert Vertigo looks like in comparison. As you can see, the Menthe is a lot brighter and a little more electric. And here's what Vert Fizz looks like also in comparison. So that's really it. I really hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the new Hermès special order process. I have an additional creation on its way, so be sure to subscribe so that you can catch when I unbox that item. And I think many of you will be surprised with the options that I chose. I also had a ton of fun doing my green lineup, so this is a green lover's dream, as always here. So thank you to those who stayed with me to the end. Let us know in the comments if you created an Hermès Special Order SLG and what you chose. I welcome you to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see more of how I style these items in my day-to-day and other luxury moments. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to go down the rabbit hole that is my luxury unboxing playlist, and I'll put that link here. Please like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!